Wow, wow, wow. What an amazing start to the day. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions here with a super quick market update. No one should be freaking out other than those that are incredibly leveraged and that are getting margin called. We've talked about this before. And this is a very exciting time. People should be very excited, right? Because if you're incredibly bullish in the market, markets have retraced. And remember, it's only the people that did not prepare that are freaking out because they have no more money to buy the dip, or they're being margin called. They're over leveraged. We've talked about it so many times. If you're over leveraged at overbought levels and direction turns against you, leverage is a terrible thing. I reiterate these things over and over again so it's engraved in your brain, not because I just try to annoy you. I can't predict moments like this, but you can always prepare. During uncertain times, markets tend to pull back. But it's not the end of the world. Markets are already beginning to show signs of a support. I announced it to my LPP team. We did a beautiful job shorting as the markets ended up selling off. I ended up shorting Oklo. But then as markets began to show signs of a support, I went long on Oklo. I just announced it to them, right? Make money when direction is in your favor. And then when it begins to show signs of a support and lack of progress on the downside, you acknowledge it, you respect it. And I took a small position. Nothing crazy, but just enough to have some skin in the game. So if it does begin to recover, I'm able to benefit from it. But I'm not going to hesitate to take profits because I know that one moment it might be trying to recover, another moment it could be selling off. Actually, I'm going to reduce my position here by 500 shares. So reducing by 500 shares, which is about 41,000, I'll reduce by another 500 shares. Again, just reducing my exposure. The other trade that I took today, this was my favorite trade. If you did not watch today's live trading session, please go back and watch it. In today's live trading session, you see me make $8,000 shorting MSTR. I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't like this company. I don't like anything that it stands for. I don't like the crypto community. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. We don't have to see eye to eye and everything. My thing with this is that I saw a setup forming on Bitcoin on the 5-minute time frame. It's just a little technical setup, a possible lower high. I was waiting for signs of a rejection. And once it did, I opened up a short on MSTR. Once direction became favorable and markets overall began to sell off, then so did MSTR as Bitcoin began to sell off. I added more to it. It began to test pre-market support. It's not rocket science, lack of progress on the downside. And then I took profits, fully closing out my trade. Again, get in, get out, make that money and bounce. Nothing, not me, not you. We don't deserve anything. It's all earned. Get in, get out, make that money and bounce. There's no such thing as a perfect trade. There's no such thing as a perfect investment. It's all about just catching your piece of the move and being content with it. The more that you fixate about taking a perfect trade, the more trouble, in my opinion, that you will get yourself in. So again, right now is a very, I would say, crucial time to be cash and to not be over leveraged. And what I mean by that is, it doesn't mean that you have to stay away from the market. If you see that good deals are presenting themselves with companies that you see value in, why did everyone stop talking about PLTR? I thought PLTR was going to the moon. Well, it's retraced from 222 all the way down to 150, right? It's very easy to speak highly of a company when it's bullish and pumping up. But what about when it's down 30, 40% within a very short period of time? Why aren't you talking about it now? And I don't mean that to discourage you. I mean that to encourage you of, you shouldn't be afraid to take advantage of opportunities you actually see value in. If you really do think that PLTR is the future, then wouldn't it make sense to buy it when there's recovery potential, or at least create a plan of action? I would like to encourage you to look into 1 to 2 stocks that you think would make good investments. It doesn't mean that you have to buy them right now, but that you have your 2 stocks or 1 stock ready. So if markets do begin to recover, you know exactly where you want to buy, where you plan to sell, and where you plan to cut losses if direction turns against you. I think during moments like today, just like we did at overbought levels in preparation for pullbacks, during oversold levels, although markets can continue to sell off, you at least have a plan of action. So once that opportunity does present itself and your criteria is actually met, you are not surprised, but actually prepared and can properly take action. Not catching the full move as you're not perfect, but catching a piece of it, because that is what we are here to do. The last thing that I want to remind you is a series of different reports that were released this morning. Breaking, the U.S. Labor Department announces that the November CPI inflation data will be released on December 18th. The employment situation, so data for October and November, and CPI inflation are both coming after, are both coming after the Fed meeting. So the Fed is still in blackout, pretty much saying that they don't have enough data to make an informed decision. Again, this doesn't support that markets should be selling off as much as they are, but I wanted to update you guys. According to the Fed rate monitor tool, now there was a shift. Remember, it was a 50% probability or 57% that there was going to be a pause. Now it's 29%. Now, according to this Fed rate monitor tool, there's a 70% that the Fed is going to cut. That's bullish for the market. But again, not enough people are talking about it. Again, this is coming from a bear, right? Someone that's wanted markets to sell off. This is bullish, but everyone's panicking, everyone's freaking out, and that's fine. Let the market sell off as much as it needs to. Better deals will present itself. Stay cash, don't be leveraged, but again, pay attention to the data. Data does matter long term, right? The other thing that I want to share with you is, again, I can't stress this enough. This was feedback from one of our LPP traders. Today was an awesome session, man. What I love about your trading is that when other people are crying their eyeballs out as markets are dropping, you pull a 10K day, as you saw me short MSTR and Oklo in today's live session. I've learned a lot. Thank you again. Just wanted to say thanks. I think that's the beautiful part is, again, if you're part of my LPP team, go watch today's live trading session. We kept it simple. We focused on direction. And when price action supported the trade, I added more to it. At signs of oversold levels or previous support, I took profits right away. Did not hesitate. The other thing that, again, is also leading to more panic is, of course, what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin falls below 81,000 for the first time since April 11th, now down 36% in 46 days. Why is this happening? Liquidation. Over-leveraged crypto bros. I've said this so many times before. Leverage is a terrible thing, and crypto is a market full of leverage. In my opinion, this is why I cannot believe or support anything crypto does, because they feel like they deserve the world, yet they do nothing. They trade with accounts that offer them 40 to 100x leverage. For what? These are a bunch of beginners that have no experience. They have no business trading with 40 to 100x leverage. So when markets pull on back the 20 to 30 to 40%, guess what? They all get margin called, they all get liquidated, and they lose their entire position. They feel like they're on top of the world, but the more you add at these overbought levels, the quicker you will get liquidated. Michael Saylor is like 10% away from his average purchase price of $74,000 or $76,000 per coin. Tom Lee, everyone tried to compare him to Warren Buffett for cryptocurrency. That's an insult to Warren Buffett. This guy's down $4.4 billion in his ETH Ethereum investment. I cannot stand any of these people, and the reason why is because they always take advantage of you guys during a bull run. Look at their average purchase price. Their average purchase price is probably higher than yours. Why? Because they can only pump up the markets and borrow against whatever hyped up markets they are partaking in during and when the hype is happening. Unfortunately for them, when they correct, then again, it's the whole FTX scandal all over again. So very excited to follow up. Like I've said it before, if you're in crypto, I'm not going to be your crypto guy. But when it comes down to trading in the stock market, I feel like I have a very sound way to focus on trading, and I like to keep my trading simple. I do it live every single morning, and if you ever want to tune on in, we have a discount link for you. It's the second link in the description down below. It's designed for complete beginners. So if you're not a beginner, then it's probably not going to resonate well with you. So again, if you want to learn more about it, just check it out. Second link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team, and happy Friday.